Let's talk football, shall we? Before we go into the match preview, obviously everyone's read this by now, but Camille Conteh has actually joined Bristol Rovers from Grimsby Town for an undisclosed fee. Um, so that happened earlier. Good luck to Camille. Hopefully, the move turns out well for him, and pleased that we could be involved in his development. And 6 months of his time, but Camille heads to Bristol Rovers with everyone's best wishes at Grimsby Town. Disappointing to see him go so soon, but there was no doubt at some point he was going to be heading high up the pyramid, and he's done that probably a little bit earlier than we all expected, or wanted but expected. So good luck to Camille. Bristol Rovers have got a good young developing talent, and obviously an undisclosed fee, but I'm sure we'll be making some decent money on that ourselves. But once again, good luck to Camille Conteh, and hopefully the move for him goes well and he can show people what he's all about. And now it's about us. And we go into the weekend game against Tranmere Rovers. Grimsby obviously in different form. One win from the last 5 games, one draw and 3 defeats. Tranmere 2 defeats from 5, 3 wins as well, 3 straight wins. So we're kind of in different form, and to be honest with you, Tranmere have the upper hand overall in the head-to-head summary. They've won 45% of the games. Grimsby have won 27%, which, you know, it's quite a weak turn. I mean, if we look at it really, the last 11 matches that Grimsby and Tranmere have played against each other, Grimsby have only won 3. They've drew 3 and they've lost 5, with an aggregate score of 13 to 22. So Tranmere really are the favoured side, and on past results, they're favoured to do it, and Grimsby, like I said, have got a good team, but if we take the last 6 results, well, last 7 results between the two, really, yeah, we can see that Grimsby last got a win over Tranmere in December of 22, when they won 2-1 at Blundell Park. So the last time we played Tranmere at Blundell Park, we actually got the win, thankfully. But the last 7, Grimsby have only won 2 of them in the last 7 games. Obviously the last game came a 2-2 draw. Obviously, Rakeel Pike and Danny Rose scored the 2 goals that day in the last fixture. But prior to that, before the 22 win, in 2021, the game at Blundell Park ended 0-0, while Tranmere won 5-0 home to Grimsby. And then also after the win in December, in April of this year, Tranmere beat Grimsby 2-0 at Tranmere. So the form would not really be on Grimsby's side, and obviously going into tomorrow, obviously with that loss of not having Kamil Conteh available, it puts it in a bit of doubt for the Mariners. The longest losing streak is 4. Tranmere's is 5, but they've really improved in recent times under Nigel Adkins. He's really got them. Playing and believing in themselves. Danny Rose, obviously Grimsby's top scorer, and former Mariner Connor Jennings is Tranmere's top scorer. Like I said, he scored in the draw at Tranmere earlier in the season, and Connor, decent striker when he was at Grimsby, a very decent lad as well. No one speaks bad of Connor, very good lad. So it'd be good to see him back at Blundell Park. Obviously, wish them all the luck after Saturday's game, but you never know what could occur. If we just quickly look at the league table, there's 5 points between them. Tranmere are in 18th place on 33 points. Grimsby are in 19th place with 28 points. And obviously 3 back-to-back wins as well. They've 2 back-to-back defeats after 3 straight wins of Tranmere. That just kind of levels them back off. 40 goals scored for Grimsby this season in the league, 49 conceded, 43 scored for Tranmere, 42 conceded for Tranmere. So there could be goals in this really, and you expect that with Grimsby games at the moment. Last time Grimsby played was a 5-5 draw with Notts County, with Harrogate being postponed. I did listen to David Artell's full pre-match press conference, and there's obviously a little bit of team news to come out of that. That being Arthur Ganoa is back in training. Probably will not be available in time to play, but he is on the grass. He is starting to train, so could be making his return possibly as early as Accrington. We'll have to wait and see about that. But to be fair, he's played fairly well under Artell, so it would be a nice added body if we can get Arthur back. In all truth, was spoke also about Lakeal Pike. He's a little bit further away, but could be back in a few weeks' time. But should no time scale, but should be back probably sooner rather than later. Doug Darm, who obviously signed from Blackpool because of last week's postponement, hopefully will be looking to make his debut against Tranmere on Saturday, so we'll look out to see what happens with Doug, but obviously with the departures of Luke Waterfall and Otis Khan, we are going to be probably short or light of a couple of bodies, especially at the back, but having Doug come in at some point, hopefully that'll bring us on a little bit. So it's all a bit of a challenge. What team that Artell will put out is all down to David Artell, and I would I wouldn't change too much from the Notts County game. Obviously, with Conteh leaving and Waterfall leaving, um, it's probably going to be Malarkey playing alongside Rogers. I would probably imagine um, with and maybe somebody, but I don't know whether we'll have anybody in time. Um, but as we head into the final week of the window, hopefully we'll have a few bodies in. Tranmere, like I said, in general, they had a horrible start to the season. They could not buy a win. But since Nigel Atkins has come in, they have they found this newfound belief that I think they didn't have, and it's very surprising to see Tranmere down as low in the league as they are, because they are a good club, to be honest. And I remember the battles that we had in the late 90s, early 2000s against Tranmere in what is now the Championship, and I think Tranmere and Grimsby, I think, was one of my very first games that I went to as a Grimsby fan. So this game should be a close encounter. Like I said, they've got some dangerous players though, Tranmere Rovers. So we'll have to keep our eye on them. And obviously, Connor with the Grimsby link is obviously the main man in the Mariners' eyes, in the Mariners' fans' eyes, that could cause us some real damage. And like I said, did down at Prenton Park earlier in the season when he scored the late equaliser. But this game is going to be a tough game. I expect goals because neither side seems to be able to, again, defend, and that's one of Grimsby's biggest problems. I expect this to be a high-scoring game. Maybe not as crazy as the Notts County game, but I do feel like both sides have got threats, including former Walsall player Kieran Morris, who is also at Tranmere Rovers, and just sort of point him out because he did score. I believe it was in Tranmere's last outing or last couple of outings. So like I said, but there's players all over the pitch, and obviously Nigel has got the belief going through Tranmere. I've got to believe that we're going to start going on a little bit of a run. Obviously, we know that Doug has got a long throw. Will that be used to Grimsby's advantage in this game? If he plays, it's definitely an option that we can use. I'm not saying we'll use it every throw-in, but definitely from a chance to get the ball in the box. There's always that possibility of throwing it in there and seeing if someone can land on it. But also you want to be able to mix that up. I think that's what David Artell's looking for, is to mix up the play. He did mention about they have spoken, tried to do some work on defensive organisation, because there's no doubt about that. Grimsby need that, but I think obviously there's talk of a couple of right backs or a couple of left backs as well, a couple of right and left backs coming in to try and strengthen that area. We definitely need some wing backs with pace, because like Toby Malarkey was shown a few times against Notts County, and a few times even against Mansfield, and that's a lot, that he is done for pace a lot. So we need some pace in those areas, and hopefully in the next week those couple of things can be addressed in the next week or so. Now I'll give my prediction for this. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, not as strong as it was against Notts County, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the Mariners. Danny Rose again, because Danny's on fire. I'm going to basically go Danny Rose and Aboisa. Yes, that sounds boring, but I honestly think these two guys are Town's biggest goal threat I think that we have. I also think that Harry Clifton could get in on there, but I'm saying Rose and Issa with the 2 goals for the Mariners, and you know what? It's bound to be. It'll be Connor Jennings that scores for them, won't it? Wouldn't surprise me. Former player coming back to his former club and causing havoc. It would not surprise me in the slightest. But I'm saying 2-1. Guys, give me your thoughts and your predictions on the game. Leave them in social media. Leave them at the bottom of this video. So there'll be more in-depth transfer talk as the final week of the window goes on, and any transfer news that does break towards the Mariners, I'll be your source to take you through any business that Town do between now and the deadline. So do hit that subscribe button, do hit the bell button, and I will let you know of any information of incomings and or further outgoings for the Mariners in the next week or so. In the meantime, that is me done, guys. So it's just a quick preview this, as I realised that I hadn't reported the Kamil Conteh transfer and things like that. But yeah, 2-1 for me. Let me know down below what you guys think for this. Can Grimsby pick up another 3 points? I think we need to close the gap on Tranmere and to extend it even further ahead of the bottom 2. We just don't want to get sucked into there, I don't think. So I'm saying 2-1. Leave your score, lines and thoughts, and any questions you have for me. I will be doing a future Q&A video, so do leave your questions for me and I'll answer them in a future video. So please do like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will be back with, like I said, more Grimsby Town news as I hear about it or as everyone else hears about it. And I'll do a couple of videos as well for my League 2 viewers and also my National League subscribers. I haven't forgotten you either. But Grimsby fans, leave your comments down below on the game and your thoughts as well on the Kamil Conteh transfer as he leaves us for Bristol Rovers for an undisclosed fee. Get your comments in down below. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon with another one. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.